B2, capital G here, checking out some brand new Dragon Maid monsters that just got revealed. I don't know if Konami is aware of this or not, but isn't Mystic Fighters supposed to be released like this week in the OCG? They might want to get moving when it comes to revealing the rest of this archetype. Now, since this time around, 2 monsters were revealed, we do know a little bit more about how Dragon Maids are supposed to function, or at least I think we do. I believe that this archetype is going to end up being fusion based, which that's kind of interesting. One of the monster effects kind of alludes to that, and when you think about it, the levels are all over the place. Also, they don't have any tuners, so synchro summoning and obviously XC summoning is kind of out of the window. Fusion summoning could work. Also, it appears that the monsters in this archetype are going to have dragon forms, and then they're also going to have maid forms, and it seems like the 2 forms are supposed to kind of work in tandem as they do in this instance. So let's go ahead and check out the 2 cards. We're going to start with the maid form. This is Dragon Maid Parlor. She is a level 3 wind dragon monster, 500 attack and 1700 defense. You've got 2 effects on this card. Both of them are hard once per turn. However, you can stack them in the same turn. Her first effect says if this card is normal or special summoned, you can send 1 Dragon Maid card from your deck to the graveyard, except another copy of Parlor. Her second effect: when the battle phase begins, you can return this card to your hand, and if you do, special summon 1 level 8 Dragon Maid monster from your hand or graveyard. Spoiler alert, her dragon form is the level 8 monster that you're almost certainly going to use that second effect with. This card seems really good. I mean, basically, this is like Salaman Great Gazelle for the archetype. Yeah, it doesn't special summon itself out of the hand, but it is very similar to that Armageddon Knight or basically you just summon it, and boom, you can drop any card in your entire archetype into the graveyard. The fact that this can dump spells and traps seems like, maybe Konami will make something that activates from the graveyard, but obviously this archetype is built around summoning your Dragon Maid monsters, your big ones, from the graveyard. So this will obviously be really strong, and the fact that she puts herself back in the hand at the beginning of the battle phase seems really good. You can obviously normal summon this. You can drop her dragon form into the graveyard. You can attack your opponent with that, and then you could use her effect during your next turn. So this seems like a fundamentally solid card. Anytime Konami makes like a card that dumps anything in your archetype to the graveyard, that generally is going to be pretty good. Again, see Salaman Great Gazelle. Now her dragon form is Dragon Maid Luod. This is a level 8 wind dragon. Again, it's level 8. So it works perfectly with her maid form. It is 2700 attack, which is a big beater, 1700 defense, and she has 3 effects. The first and third are hard once per turn. However, you can use all of her effects in the same turn. Her first effect says you can discard this card, then target 1 face-up monster on the field. That is a cost. For the rest of the turn, that target cannot activate its effects that activate on the field. Second effect, while you control a fusion monster, this card cannot be destroyed by card effects. Third effect, at the end of the battle phase, you can return this card to the hand, and if you do, special summon 1 level 3 Dragon Maid monster from your hand. So this card actually has kind of a tag out ability too. It's interesting that the Maid and the Dragon form both can do that. This one tags out at the end of the battle phase, and it does kind of set up for you to use her again as her first effect during your next turn, or you could use her for discard fodder during that same turn if you wanted to play like a twin twister or something like that at the end of the battle phase. I just like the fact that she is a colossal beater, and basically her maid form sets up instantly for you to go into this. You can obviously normal summon her maid form, drop the dragon form into the graveyard as I said before, then you just tag out during the battle phase, beat your opponent with a 2700 beater, and then you can return the dragon form back to your hand. Seems pretty good. Now, I wonder about the fusion aspect of this deck. How easy is it going to be to drop fusion monsters? Because I don't believe Konami would give her that second effect where she gets protection from destruction based on having fusion monsters on the field if this archetype didn't have a fusion monster itself. That doesn't feel like it would actually make any type of sense. The one issue that I have with the dragon form is the first effect seems pretty nice, like, basically being able to discard this, stop your opponent from activating any monster effects that activate on the field. That should have been a quick effect though. That would have been an awesome disruptive effect. You'd have been able to use it against like link monsters. I mean, I guess theoretically if you are going second, you can use that on, let's say your opponent has like the Hieratic Link, the Heavenly Spears, being able to discard this on that Heavenly Spears, now it can't activate on the field, or being able to use it against one of your opponent's like stun monsters that has negation. Maybe you can force it out, because again, this card being in the graveyard doesn't matter because the Maid form can summon it from the graveyard. So it seems like the first effect, discarding it from your hand, is just a little bit of icing on the cake, but we'll have to wait and see what the rest of the archetype has in store. I really want to see that fusion. Maybe Dragon Maid Husky, the card that is on the cover of Mystic Fighters, maybe that is a fusion monster. Who knows? Whatever you guys think of Dragon Maids, leave it in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that notification bell for daily videos.